Hi, Michelle here from Travelling Over 60. Come to Tahiti with us on a variety cruise. If you'd like to have a look at our flights on Qantas from Australia to Auckland, around Auckland Airport, the Qantas Club at Auckland Airport, our flights on Air Tahiti Nui and what we received, subscribe to my channel, you'll find it there. But come join me now for part 1, Pape'ete, Tahiti. We made it, we're here in Tahiti. We've just come through customs. We've walked out into the main part of Tahiti Airport. There's nothing open. It's 9:40 at night. Everything looks to be closed. We're just having a bit of a look around to see if we can find where you get a taxi from. All these cars here look to be private cars picking up people. But there's a crossing just over there that we're probably going to try and go out there and see if we can find the taxis. Otherwise, we've looked around. There's nowhere to ask for any information. Everything is closed. Let's go and have a look. We came out of the airport just about halfway up there in the video. And supposedly our tour company told us there'd be heaps of cabs here, but there's just no cabs at all. We've crossed over the road, walked over here, and then came all the way down here. Everything's flat surface, so we can wheel our bags. And then I think we're just standing here waiting for a taxi to come. The other thing is they don't like to take big notes, so make sure you've got small denominations of their money, and if not, there's a Macca's in there where we're buying a drink to break some money. We'll be spending 2 nights at the Hotel Tahiti Nui. We got in late at night, so we were too late to book on a tour for the next day. I'm very disappointed, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. We managed to get a cab and we have made it to Tahiti Nui is the hotel. Nice room. Has everything. Big bed. I think this is the bathroom. Maybe. Oh, sliding door. Couldn't open it. It's fine. I'm not sure where the light switches are. Oh, there we go, husband's found them. Shower. Seems quite large. Just a little step there, but all flat otherwise. Toilet must be here. Oh no, that was there. There it is there. Ooh, I must be tired. Lounge. TV, let's look for PowerPoints. I'm always looking for PowerPoints for charging. Okay, we've got light switches. This must be their PowerPoints. Okay, so make sure you bring some sort of a plug for that. And there's one. Still looking. No. Maybe one in the bathroom. Light switches are large, so that's good. there a PowerPoint in here? Hairdryer. I can't see one. We might be fighting to charge. We've got some toiletries there. And that might have to do us for tonight. We're really tired. Oh, there we go. There's some more behind there. But you can buy the converters from most travel shops, a lot of the newsagents and places like that. We're off to bed. I thought you might like to see some of the French Polynesian franc, the money that they use here. Sometimes it's said as CFX. First note is 10,000. Looks like this. Now there is a 5,000, but we don't happen to have one. If we happen to get one, I will show you a bit later on. So the next one after that, so there'd be a 10,000, a 5,000, 1,000. Looks like that. Oh, that's cute. After that comes a 500. Oh, that one says CFP on it. Warren, can you just turn that back, please? CFP. And there they are, CFP on them. Okay, so they're the notes. They're really pretty. And they also have some coins. 200. This coin is a 200 coin. Then we have a 100 coin. Next. This is a 50. 20. Oh, hang on, can we see that one? I might move that down, there's a shine on it. Yeah, I think if I do this, there's the 10. 5. And a 5. I think you can see that. We might flip them all over so you can see what they look like the other side. They're all really good here. If you give them money and it's too much, they just hand back. They don't try and take extra money. There we go. And I might try and put them close together, and you might be able to screenshot. Just do this. Oh, remembering there's one in the middle there that's missing. And Warren, can you help me turn them all back to the number? There we go. That's what the money looks like, missing the 5,000. If I get one of those later, I'll show you. Before you head out, you might like to ask in your hotel if they have a map to give you and if they can show you where there's ATMs, where there's restaurants, maybe if there's a marketplace or anything else that you can do. I was really disappointed that we didn't get to go on our round the island tour as we have a whole day to spend here. So we went for a walk down to the wharf, and when we got down to the wharf, we found some vendors that were selling around the island tours very similar to what we would have booked on. So we had a fully qualified tour guide and we booked on a 4-hour tour. Our first stop, Taharaa Lookout. Beautiful view from this lookout. There was a ramp to get up to where you were. There was also some stairs, but the ramp was really easy walking. Some seats to sit at if you got tired. Shows you the black sand beaches of Tahiti, and then off to our next spot. Our second stop was at Point Venice Lighthouse, where you could have a bit of a wander round. You could go in for a swim if you wanted. There was a small cafe and toilets here. So we've just stopped at Point Innes, where there's a lighthouse. You get a bit of a look at the beaches, black sand beaches. You can see the waves right out. I won't spoil it too much for you. If you're coming, you'll see it for yourself. Mostly here at Point Innes, there's ramps. You can get round to most of the places through the ramps. To get down to the beach, a couple of little steps just here. But if you go round the other way, you can get to it from the ramp here. Okay, so we've come to the waterfall, which is there, but here it's all steps, so no ramps, but you get a great view just back where I took the photo from and where I started videoing from. If you manage to get over those stairs, it's worth it. Path is a bit rocky, little pebbles. Does make it loose underfoot. If you take your time if you've got it, it's just spectacular. There's the blowhole. Just waiting for it. There's a ramp. Okay to walk here. Wet rocks is a wet tourist, our tour guide has told us, so don't go on the wet rocks. See if this is going to blow. Oh, not really. Beach over there. That's the other characters there. There we go. I think that's the big one. A few picnic tables here. Great place to have a quick snack. We didn't have a lot of time here, but we had enough time to have a quick look around, a short walk to this waterfall, and it was an easy walk. The grotto was the last stop of the day. We didn't have very long here, but it was well worth it. It was a long day, but a great day. I suggest that you definitely wear closed-in shoes, take a hat, have sunscreen, take some snacks and some water, and wherever there be a toilet, you use the toilets because there's not very many of them. Well, we certainly worked up an appetite, so we headed on down to the wharf. Opposite the wharf, right on the corner, we found this great little restaurant. They brewed their own beer, so there was a choice of different flavours. They served up burgers and chips and what they called flatbread. And if you want to, you can have a beer like this. Let's talk about walking around Tahiti. Okay, so walking around Tahiti, be careful. They have lots of those little gutters that you're likely to trip. Walking up here, this is a step. And then they've got walk signs. But be careful because when the traffic, our walk sign will go green before the traffic. There's steps everywhere, there's tiles everywhere. When the tiles are wet, they're a bit slippery. And just trying to work out which way we're going. So walking down here, the surface of the ground changes all the time. You might have some tiles, and then just up here we're going to go to some different tiles, and then concrete. Slopes up, slopes down. Be careful. Here, steps. The steps are all different sizes. Tile is missing. Slope that goes up. They tend to have paint on them, but they're worn off. These boxes, and I'm not sure what they are, some sort of electrical or something I suppose, but they've got lips and things on them. So for us that are aging, that might be a little unsteady on our feet, be careful. Potholes and things in the concrete floor, that's a hole. Pedestrian crossings, they have pedestrian crossings that mostly the cars will stop, but make sure you look the right way. In Australia we look both ways, we look right and left, but remember in Tahiti they drive on the other side of the road. And we'll keep going. Here's some more different tiles. I imagine it'll be slippery. As you can see, we've changed straight away into something different, and then different again. Okay, so now we're making our way over to the markets. Make sure you're asking your hotel for a local map. They usually will tell you some places to go. I'm not sure what we'll find in the markets, but we thought we'd have a look around while we wait to board on our ship. That's for you to discover. Our ship has been delayed, so we need to go and find some lunch. So we went straight back to where we were last night, had a different cocktail, different beer. We went upstairs, there's a lift to go upstairs. We ate lunch with a beautiful view, but we ended up eating the same sort of food. It was so nice. We met some locals up there, our waitress and her grandparents, and they shouted us a welcome to Tahiti dessert. Such a kind thing to do. A few final thoughts on Pape'ete. When we were wandering around trying to find somewhere to eat, we noticed that all the restaurants had a sign out the front that said bar. They not only serve drinks, but they all serve breakfast, lunch and dinner as well. When we were walking, we didn't have any problems. It's quite flat and very clean. We didn't feel unsafe at any time. It seemed very safe everywhere we went, day or night. The only thing I would have liked to have had a chin strap on my hat. It quite often was windy and I was holding my hat on. If you're going to be buying some black pearls, be careful where you buy them from. In the markets, they're very cheap, but you get what you pay for. There's plenty of lovely jewellery shops around where you can buy some. Otherwise, we waited for Taharaa, where we went to the pearl farm. If you've enjoyed that video on Pape'ete, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for the next part of our adventure. Part 2 will be on the cruise.